Friends, we have studied that how manufacturing industries are so important for the economic development of any country. It is the backbone, but there is one problem also. The problem is that there is also one disadvantage of these manufacturing industries, and that is environmental pollution. As you can see, this is the pollution from industrial sector, uh, which causes four different types of pollutions. You can see here: air pollution, water pollution, thermal pollution, noise pollution. All these type of pollutions are also uh, are giving these industries are giving rise to. So let's study about each of them. First of all, I'm going to read from the first: air pollution. It is caused by presence of high proportion of undesirable gases, as air pollution is that where undesirable gases are going to be released by these by this industrial sector into the atmosphere. Um these type of gases are like sulfur dioxide, carbon monoxide gas. These are those type of gases which are acidic in nature, and airborne particulates materials contain both solid and liquid particles. So in the air, various different types of particulate matter, or like that of dust and sprays, mist, smoke. All these are also present in our air, which pollutes the air. And this smoke is emitted from the industries, like that of paper factories and brick kilns and refineries, smelting plants, burning of fossil fuels in big and small factories that ignore pollution norms. Okay, so most of the manufacturing units are ignoring the norms that should be followed to protect our environment from air pollution, but these manufacturing units are not following the norms to protect our environment, and that is why this is causing pollution in our air. Now, toxic gases leaks like hazardous, uh, which are hazardous and with long-term effects, like that of Bhopal gas tragedy is one of the incident where the gas was leaked, and this also causes this air pollution also causes uh, harmful effects on the human health, plus animals and plants and buildings also. As if we talk about buildings, then due to acid rain in Agra, there was a threat to our seven wonders Taj Mahal. Okay, like this also, and the atmosphere as a whole can be polluted. So this is how the industrial pollution is causing the air to be uh, not fit for even inhaling, right? Now moving on to the another pollution, water pollution. This water pollution is that type of pollution in which the water gets polluted, and it is caused by organic as well as inorganic industrial waste, mostly from chemical industries, and effluents which are discharged into the rivers. Like effluents are all the liquid waste which is discharged into the rivers and ponds. This uh, create pollution, and a small or a 1 liter of this toxic liquid is polluting a large amount of water, and the main culprits in this in the cause of this water pollution is petroleum refineries, tanneries where the skin is processed, that is leather, and electroplating industries are also responsible for it. Then various type of dyes and detergents and acids, salts and heavy metals, uh, mercury, lead, pesticide, fertilizers, plastic, rubber, all these type of different industrial sector is causing water pollution. A lot of water pollution is caused by it. And this is how the uh, water is polluted, not only by liquid uh, wastewater, but also solid matter, which is discharged into the water, which is also toxic. Then comes the thermal pollution. In the thermal pollution, you will see here that water occurs when the thermal pollution of water occurs when hot water from factories and thermal plants is drained into rivers. So, when hot water directly is drained into the rivers, then it is causing harm to our aquatic life. And in this sense, you will see that uh, in the thermal power plants, what happens that we burn coal, and after burning coal, we heat up the water in the pipes. When this heated up water is transferred to uh, another vessels, then it is used to be converted into steam. This steam is used to generate electricity to rotate the turbine, and this is how electricity is produced in the thermal power plant. So this hot water is directly without cooling it down is drained into the river or ponds, that is causing harm to our aquatic life. So this is thermal pollution. And waste from nuclear power plants even. Okay. Nuclear and weapon production facilities cause different type of cancer, birth defects and miscarriages. And soil and water pollution are also closely related, because wherever this waste is which is toxic in nature is dumped into the land, onto the land also, then it degrade that part of land. And dumping of waste, especially glass, harmful chemicals, industrial effluents, packaging, salts and garbage renders the soil useless. As I told you that all these type of toxic waste coming out from different industries can even degrade the land. Then whenever from this type of waste which is on the land, dumped onto the land, whenever there is rainfall, this rainfall water also is contaminated with this toxic waste on the land, and it percolates into the air, causing the underground water also to be polluted. Okay, so this is a big problem. Thermal pollution and other type of pollutions like nuclear power plants waste. Now coming to the noise pollution also, this is the fourth type of pollution. In the noise pollution, we can see that so many machines are when running together in different factories, then it causes lot of noise. And this noise is not only from the factories but also from vehicles and construction sites even. So whatever type of pollution, this noise pollution is created by these machines, it causes irritation in the human body with raising the heartbeats of a person, and also can cause hearing impairment. So this is what the problem occurs from this industrial sector. It causes noise pollution also. So these were the four different type of pollutions that were caused from industries. Now, how this environmental degradation can be controlled? So let's check here. We can control environmental degradation by following several steps. So we'll be studying some steps how to control the environmental degradation. Because before this, if you will see, it is written here in your book. This is last paragraph of page number 74. Every liter of wastewater discharged by our industry pollutes 8 times, as I was telling you before also, the fresh water. As I was telling you before, that 1 liter of wastewater discharged from the industries is going to cause the water to be polluted up to 8 times. So this is the biggest havoc. how can the industrial pollution of fresh water be reduced? So how can we reduce this industrial pollution of fresh water? So let's see the first statement here. Minimizing use of water. So if we minimize the use of water by reusing or recycling the water, then automatically we'll be having more of water to be conserved. Okay, so it is very important that we must recycle the water, because we are having several different techniques how the used up water can be now again be recycled. Okay, so if we use this recycled water, then we'll be able to conserve water, fresh water. Second is rainwater harvesting. In most of the places in India only where very less rainfall is there, then already they are using this method of rainwater harvesting. Whenever rain falls, then they used to store this rainwater and use it afterwards in future. So this is how in most of the areas it is done. So to conserve this fresh water, we can do like this to harvest the rainwater. It can be harvested by collecting it into tanks, okay, or to recharge the groundwater. Like this we can do. Then thirdly, we can also use these three methods: primary, secondary and tertiary treatment, for again refining this water. If you will see here, treating hot water and effluents before releasing them in rivers and ponds. Treatment of industrial effluents can be done in three phases. So here we can see that before releasing the water, that is the wastewater into the river or ponds, the industrial effluents, that means wastewater, can be passed through three stages or three phases here. You can see three phases: primary, secondary and tertiary treatment. In the primary treatment, what happens that the water is cleared by mechanical means, that is by screening and grinding and flocculation and sedimentation. So what is this screening actually? Screening here means when a net is placed in between the water, so that it could remove all the plastic or thermocol or any type of paper, whatever these type of waste matter that is there in the water. Through screening, it is being removed, and from the above level of water, and from clean water is just released to the other side. Then in grinding, what happens, if very solid waste matter is there in the water, then it is let out by one grinder that grinds that solid bigger waste matter into smaller pieces, and then removing it. After that, flocculation process is also there in the water only, that whatever type of impurities or particulate matter is there, it is being you can say flock is formed. ये flock जो है आपका group होता है, in group those particulates can be attached by using one type of powdered mineral, okay, chemical. So that particulate is moving up at the above level of the water, and it can be removed easily. That is called as the creaming process. Okay, the above layer of the or the cream, or we can say the dirt is being collected at the surface level of the water, and it is removed, creaming. And sedimentation. So if any other matter is there which is heavy than the water, that is let to settle down. And in this way, these four methods are used by mechanical means in the primary treatment of water. In the secondary treatment of water, what happens? We pass it through biological process. This biological process means here bacteria, microorganisms. These are used to break down the uh, matter which is there in the water. Okay, these type of bacteria or maybe microorganisms like nematodes, they are being let out into the water so as to just break up the uh, particulate matter, which is a type of impurity in the water. Then in the tertiary treatment, if you'll see here, in the tertiary treatment of water, what happens that it involves biological, chemical, and physical processes. Okay, so the tertiary treatment involves even the physical process or biological we have already seen, and chemical we can use chlorine to clean the water there. These type of chemicals can be used, and uh, through physical processes. This is the tertiary stage of or the final stage of treating the water, and then it could be released into the river or pond. Nowadays, we will see that we are using more of groundwater. So, in the agricultural on the agricultural field also, we are using lot of underground water, and due to this overdrawing of underground water, the underground water is also getting lesser and lesser. That is, the water table is going down. This is also another problem. And on the other hand, if we take some of the manufacturing units which are releasing unburned carbon particle smoke, that is looking like blackish in color. If they are doing so, then if these industries are doing so, then it is important for them to fit some gadgets which are coming, and these gadgets are to be fitted before the smoke is released into the air. Okay, so what happens is that whatever type of unburnt particles are there in the smoke, they are passed through one smoke stack. Okay, in this smoke stack, or we can say directly, this is a electrostatic precipitator. In the electrostatic precipitator, what happens? Electricity is passed, and whenever the smoke is passing through that net, it gets charged up. Whatever particles are there in the smoke, they get these particles get charged, and after charging, the negative ions are attracted towards positive plates, which are fitted there only in the electrostatic precipitator, and in this manner, all the unburned particles are staked over to these plates, and the clean smoke can be released into the air. This refines the smoke up to 99.9%. So smoke can be reduced by using oil or gas instead of coal in factories, and instead of using coal in the factories, smoke can be reduced by using natural gas or oil, and machinery and equipment can be used, and generators should be fitted with silencers to stop noise pollution. The generators should be fitted with silencers so that noise pollution should not be there, or to save yourself from getting any harm from noise, then you can use earplugs, okay, in your ears, and or you can use earphones instead of playing the music at a high volume. You can use earplugs. This will create less of noise pollution. The challenge of sustainable development requires integration of economic development with environmental concerns. So it is important that sustainable development is the only method nowadays that could save our earth also, because production should take place but without harming the environment, right? One another important example is given here about National Thermal Power Corporation, NTPC. It is a major power producing corporation in India. As I have told you already how it works, it produces electricity, and it is certified by NTPC, is certified by ISO certification 14001 14001. So this is its international standardization certification given to NTPC. Why? Because it is taking into account all the protective steps to stop environmental pollution. So you can see that in these NTPC we can see that in these plants, greenery is spread more and more so that the air could be freshened up. And uh, apart from this, optimum utilization is done of every particular matter which is used in the plant, power generating plant, by upgrading the machines, okay, and minimizing waste generation by maximizing ash utilization. Whatever ash is left out of the from the coal, burning of the coal, this ash is used for various different purposes, like in the construction sites, this ash can be used, or maybe this ash is used also to for the fillings, as we know that most of the time after mining we leave the land area like that only, without any filling. So this ash can be used for filling, and this ash can also be used to recycle water, to purify water. Okay, it is passed. This water is passed through the ash and it gets purified. So several different purposes it could be used for. And reducing pollution through ash pond management. This is what I told you about ash pond management. And with this, ecological monitoring is also being done. That is whether what is the condition of the air, what is the uh, nearby areas, this condition of the air or purification of the air, whether pollution is there in the air or whether some type of problem is occurring or not. Online database can be used for it. So this is why the certification of ISO 14001 is just you can say given to this NTPC. So in this way, our chapter is finished, and bye for now.